going to this church pretty much since I was born. I've grown up here and always been a Christian, but my faith really took off at the start of high school probably, when I sort of realized that I was more into missions. My first experience was probably going to Bethesda and just being able to interact with the homeless and connect with the community that I hadn't been able to do before, and just really get to know their stories and just a whole different side of this town we live in. And from there my missions mind sort of took off. The next thing was probably Open Arms, and that opened up, I guess, a new door for being able to use Spanish as well. As I started to learn more of that language throughout high school, it helped me connect with those kids on a totally different level. They're all underprivileged for sure, but that never came to mind while I was with them. It was just such an opportunity for me to get to spend an entire week with them and just get to know their family stories and get to know all of them very personally, and just be able to connect with them like that really just changed the way I think about things and changed the way I think about families that are just here in our community especially. When I heard about Guatemala for the first time, I was so excited, and I really didn't even know what to think about it, and I was mostly worried that my parents might not let me go, but of course they did. And then from then on, before the trip, I was just worried about getting there and getting the right stuff and, trying to prepare myself and everything, but nothing could really prepare me for what happened there. I think pretty much when we got off the plane and we were in the airport, I don't know, I felt something and I realized I was exactly where I needed to be. So that's where it started in that whole week. It just, the spirit and the love just kept on moving. And we get there the first day and we met the family, and I don't know, it was the right place, and it didn't matter what we were doing. Yeah, we were building a house and that's what they needed, but just being there with the family and being able to communicate and spend time with the kids and just the whole community in general. Obviously, the Spanish helped me through that. I was able to talk with the grandmother and the parents and the kids and everyone there, which I didn't even know if I had enough knowledge to do that at the time, but obviously I broke through that, and the connections that were made and the ability to be able to be with these people so closely, so fast, that I never met before, and just spend such quality time with these people was just amazing. And their gratefulness was just so much to learn from. They're sitting there and hardly have anything, and yet, here we are, and they gave us so much more than they even realized. And I don't know, it's just hard to believe. Coming back from that changed my entire mindset on life and missions and the church and everything in general. And the next summer we got the opportunity to go to Florida, and I never thought that the 2 mission trips, other than the godly aspect and the spirit and stuff, I never thought that they would be as connected as they were. But what I learned from Guatemala was so much able to help me through this mission trip, even though it was one was underprivileged in a different country and the other was in the United States just with ill kids, but somehow they just connected so much, and I was able to use all my knowledge from Guatemala to just be part of this trip as well and connect with these kids just the same, no matter the differences. I was again out of nowhere able to use Spanish. There was one kid who, without my knowledge of just simple Spanish numbers, he was not going to get to take his picture with Santa, which was just a little part of his week, and maybe the last time he got to do something like this. So the way these trips were connected was just unbelievable. Like in Acts, all these men were from different towns or countries in general. They were just sitting together and they all began to talk and understand each other in different languages, and just sort of unbelievable things like this, and how this happens. I can totally relate to this, just like in Guatemala when I had only taken a couple Spanish classes and was somehow able to talk to the grandmother. I'll never know, but just how the Spirit came upon me as it did in Acts, and just nothing can stop that connection.